Hello, happy Thursday, everyone. How are you? Want to give a shout out to all of my followers. Want to thank all the guys. Y'all been really supporting your girl. Y'all been looking out for me, really being positive. I further have to thank my real MVPs, my most valuable princesses, my queens, my black queens, my real black women who have been so important and subscribing to my vlog. You ain't been drinking no haterade, you ain't been throwing no shade, you've been supporting your girl. So I got to give credit to where credit is due. I got to thank my black sisters who have been supporting me and riding with me throughout this journey. So I want to give a shout out to all of y'all on that. I really appreciate all the love. I truly do. On that note, I'm gonna do a quick video right quick because one of my female followers reached out to me, and I have a feeling I'm gonna say her name wrong. I can't remember if it's KP Styles or VP Styles. I can't remember. She know who she is. She's been following me for a good minute here. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. My vision kind of flirted. My memory kind of flirted right now. I want to definitely give a shout out to her because she actually brought up something very interesting to me. And she's actually a stepmother, and she's involved with a man who has a child from a previous relationship. And basically she was just kind of telling me, she and the father are really worried about the little girl for the simple fact that the mom is not in a good position. She's struggling. She kind of going through. She catching it and somewhat. And, the mother's so bitter. She would rather keep the child in her custody, even though she's struggling, even though she's going through, even though she's at a very bad space in her life. She refuses to give that child to the father, who is in a good position, who is married to a woman. So, he's definitely more stable relationship-wise and financially-wise compared to her. So, give and take, I could relate to the situation. I have personally had encountered similar situations or whatever. I thank God I don't have those same type of issues anymore. But I've been there. And, the reason I felt it was necessary to do this video is because it's a lot of ticking time bombs, bit of black women, hyenas, wolverines, whatever, that are really holding their children back. And they're holding their children back from being blessed. And a lot of these women are so bitter, with the father. They're so bitter with the direction their life has detoured in that they are willing to risk allowing their children to fail like they are failing. And it's all because they are so afraid if they let that child go, that child is going to do so much better with someone else compared to doing better with them. And because they know they're not in a position to help that child better themselves, or either they're so greedy for the child support, or either they're so concerned that that child is going to become too close to the woman that's connected to the father of their child, they would rather allow that child to suffer with them than to allow them to be with the father and his significant other. I mean, it's sad that a lot of women are willing to risk losing a blessing, willing to risk that their child could be blessed. I thank God that I have a mother that is nothing like these new school women today. Well, my mother saw that it was getting to be a bit too much raising us, and she just she was at a bad point in her life, not because she was one of those women who always threw us on people, gave us to people when times got hard, but my mom was in a position where She had a really rough season in her life, and she knew that dragging me and my siblings from house to house, from projects to project or whatever, was not going to better us or help her to better herself. Because sometimes what women are not understanding is they think because they produced a child and they conceived a child, they feel like they are entitled to be the only person to have all the rights to that child. And that may be true, but you got to be realistic and honest with your situation. If you're struggling, you moving from house to house, your finances ain't good, you're just going from one bad experience to the next, why would you deprive your child of that? If you love your child and you see that the father is a good man and he's a good provider, he lives in a stable home, he's not all over the place, he don't have all kind of different females coming in and out of his crib and stuff, and he can be an asset to you, but the problem is you're too focused on what he got going and what he's doing versus on focusing on the fact that your child could benefit from him. Like I said, my mom was in a rough position at a point in period of time. She came to realization she had to let us go be with my dad, okay? So we moved up there with my father, and that was hard for her. She took it very hard, you know. We got burnt out of our apartment, and the apartment caught on fire, and you know, we stayed with one or two different people, and you know, of course, after a while, when you move in with other people, it becomes a burden. People start treating you mean and nasty, and you know, they start, you know, like old people would say, you know, company starts to stink after 2 days. You know, fish start to stink after 2 days, and that's basically what happened. You know, people just started kind of mistreating her, and in the process, we got mistreated. So when we moved into a second friend of hers and the same thing happened, my mom said, you know what, I can't keep allowing my children to go through this. Until I get on my feet, until I get better, I'm going to have to let y'all stay with y'all father. So she contacted my dad, told him the situation. He didn't gripe, he didn't hesitate. You know, his wife was supportive, my stepmom Bev, which I love dearly. You know, he was willing, he made a transition for her. He made it happen. Got us registered in school. We stayed in a big, beautiful house. I mean, I thank God for having a mom that was willing to put her selfishness aside to make sure that me and my siblings were straight. You know, when we moved up north, we got to experience all kind of things that we would have not experienced growing up in the South. You know, I went to school there, made friends there. You know, my dad had money where he was able to support me to go to modeling school. He purchased my first vehicle for me. I mean, you know, my dad and his wife, they opened a lot of opportunities for me. And my stepmom, you know, she was very supportive. You know, she had to fill in the shoes of playing mom at the time, being that my mom was in another state. She was very supportive. You know, I really benefited and I gained from that, you know, and I thank God that my mom wasn't so hell-bent and so consumed with worrying about how good my dad and his wife was doing, and you know, she just wanted to keep me and hold me and my siblings back out of wanting to keep child support, out of trying to spite my father. She allowed us, she blessed us to be able to go stay with my father. And we really benefited. We gained a lot, you know, through staying with him. And to this day, you know, once I end up having a daughter of my own, even, you know, my stepmom, she's been there for my daughter, you know. So, I mean, people not realizing, these black women not understanding, you cut your blessing short, you cut your children's blessing short, and you cut your potential, you could cut your great-grandchildren, you could cut their blessing short. I mean, because my mom allowed other women to be in my life, allowed my biological father and my stepfather, you know, she allowed both of their wives to be in my life. Do you understand that my daughter gained 2 more grandmothers out of that? Do you understand that, you know, my daughter gained extra family, extra people who could be there for her when I can't be there, when my mom can't be there? That's the blessing. A lot of you bitter black women, you ticking time bombs. A lot of y'all children are missing out on the blessings they can have because you so bitter, or either you so greedy, you more worried about the money Because you know if you give that child to the father, you're not going to get that check every month. Are you so worried about the other woman getting close to your child? But my thing is this: if you're really a real mom, it don't matter. No woman can never take your place as a mother. Point blank, period. I'm close to my stepmoms. I'm close to both of them. But when it comes down to my mom, nobody's not going to take her place. She's secure and she's confident enough to know that. You know what I'm saying? So it's never been no beef. It's never been no scrabble. You know, they had their words and everything. But back then, women knew how to have their words and stay in their place and stay in their zone. And then most importantly, they didn't allow the children to be a witness to any disagreements they had. If my stepmom or my mom did have any dealings, if they did have any beef, I promise you, I can't tell you about it because I never saw it. They kept it away from us. But you knew school ticking time bombs. Y'all let your children hear everything. You let your children hear how bad you talk about the woman that's with your with the father of your children and vice versa. And you got some stepmoms do it too. You got some stepmoms, you know, they talk bad about the mother or, you know, around the children. It's just really messy. People today, you know, these blended families today, people don't know their place. People don't know when to be quiet, when to speak, when to get involved, when to back up. People today with these blended families don't know their roles. You got too many stepmamas who try to take over and run everything, and the father just allows it. And at the same token, but you got the mother of the children who feel like because those children was conceived between her and that man, she feels like nobody else say so matters. And that's a lie, because if he's with a woman and she's in a relationship, especially if they're married, she has to say so, because whatever decision he makes with that mother, his wife is going to be affected by it, especially if the children are going to be moving in the house or you know, whatever type of transitions, you know, she's going to be affected by it. But this is my point. It's too many of children that are getting blocked from blessings because their mothers are so bitter. You won't surrender your child. You won't keep it real with yourself and say, I'm in trouble. I need help right now. Damn these checks. I need to make sure my children are stable right now. A lot of y'all shorten your children's blessings because you're mad that you're not in a good space in your life. You're mad that the father, his wife, or whatever is in a good place. And then in some cases, you got some baby daddies that are bitter too because the woman done moved on and doing good with her husband. You got some men that's bitter too, but they're not as extreme as females, because come on women now, y'all know we be very extreme to the point that if the stepmother wants to get involved and buy your children clothes, some of y'all so nasty, y'all won't even let the father of your child wife buy y'all's children clothes. That's how nasty y'all are. Y'all won't even let y'all children benefit just to prove a point. I don't want her picking out nothing for my child. Bitch, what difference does it make if she paying for it? Like, really? A woman who wants to be there. You know what I'm saying? No, you too busy wanting a man for yourself. Or are you so upset that what didn't work out with you and the child's father, you still holding on to that. And that's becoming your blessing blocker. A lot of these women, not all of y'all, again, if it don't apply, you ain't got to reply. You know who you are. You know you're a bitter baby mama. I ain't got to tell you this. Most likely, if you thumbing me down, I know you a bitter baby mama. But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay. I'm all right with the thumb downs. Believe me, I'm good. But y'all are blocking y'all children's blessings, man. Stop letting go of the hate and focus on your children doing great. If that man got money and his wife got making bread too and they stay in a nice home, don't be worried about they in a nice home. He got a nice car. She got a new car. So what? If your child is over there, he or she is going to enjoy the new home. They're going to enjoy the new car. If anything, let that child go to them since they're in a better place. That way you got time to get yourself together. I mean, it's common sense. Use it to your advantage. Nobody not going to keep your child away from you or run and take off to another country. You can still visit your child on the weekends and stuff like that. A lot of y'all ain't threatened by the other woman. Y'all just greedy. Majority of y'all want child support. Are y'all upset with these men? Y'all feel like y'all doing the man a favor if he asks for his children. No, you doing your child a favor and you doing yourself a favor. Hell, I never could understand women who hold their child back from the father. I mean, some days I used to get so tired and overwhelmed. I'd be glad when my husband take my daughter and take her somewhere just to go get some pizza, just so I can get a break. A lot of y'all so overwhelmed. That's why a lot of y'all ticking time bombs. You stressed out and you need a break, but because you hate the father so much and you hate the fact that he was somebody else, you willing to hold on to the child and stay miserable and not even try to get relieved just because you so afraid that child going, end up with them and do better with them than that child did with you. So what? That's a blessing for you. We all need help sometimes. Everybody need help. That don't make you less of a woman. I thank God I had a mom who allowed me the experience having other women in my life. Don't you know? Don't you know? It's times my mom couldn't be there, and both my stepmoms was there for me. Let me tell y'all something, ladies. What y'all don't understand, in life is not promised. Anything can happen. People are losing their lives every day. People don't want to think that deep, but it is what it is. None of us are promised to be here. What y'all are not understanding, these bitter baby mamas are ticking time bombs. What y'all fella understand is, God forbid, something happens to you. Something happens to you. Something tragic. And you have taught your child to hate the wife or the companion that's with their father. And you don't taught them to hate their father. And you're not here to change that. Do you realize how badly it's going to affect your child from being able to learn how to have a healthy relationship with people who want to be there for them? See, a lot of y'all hyenas, y'all don't think that deep. You don't think something can happen to you, and them same people you hate, that father you can't, acting like you can't stand, that woman that's with him you acting like you can't stand, your child may very well end up in their hands if something happens to you. A lot of y'all not thinking far ahead. You looking at the moment because you pissed off right now. Things ain't going right for you right now. A lot of y'all children can have so much more. But y'all worrying about the child support. And you worrying about how good he doing with his wife. Or what him and his wife doing. That's none of your business how good they doing. Stop hating on them. Instead of being intimidated by what other people do, be inspired. I started my vlogs because I saw other black women doing it and it inspired me. I saw Tasha K with Unwind. I saw Lovely T.I. Even some of these black male commentators, they inspired me. I got to give credit to where it's due. A lot of them. I think one called Davise, Knowing the Ledge. I can't remember the man name. But it's a lot of people who inspired me to want to do my vlog. I'm just going at it from a different angle. But again, stop holding your child back from their blessings because you so damn bitter. And because stuff ain't going right in your life. You may not always be here. And somebody else might have to step in and be there for your child. Stop blocking your children's blessings. It's your girl, Lady Mocha. And don't forget, y'all, I'm going to be doing a tag team with me and my moms tonight. I'm going to be loading that either late tonight or tomorrow. So if y'all don't want to miss out, y'all better be tuning back in. Holla at y'all girl. And remember, if it does not apply, you ain't got to reply. Bye-bye. Signing off.